Well, what is this movie about? Well, at the beginning of the movie, you're going to follow this girl named Madison, and she's an influencer, and she takes a picture of her food, and she shows her followers, and she has a bunch of followers, and then she gets to try on makeup and stuff like that, and sell products, and and now she's traveling the world, and she's going on to this trip to Peru. But her boyfriend, at the last minute, he he canceled. He backed out of it, so she had to go alone. And so while she's at this hotel in Peru, um, she's there for a few days, and she's getting pretty bored, really. And she's like, "Man, I'm at the most beautiful place in the world." And yeah, we've been past a minute, so I can swear. She she ends up she goes back to her hotel room one night, and it's been broken into, and it's a fancy nice hotel. It's not like this a hotel room, it's like a cottage, almost like you got almost like a mini apartment. And the safe has been broken into, and her passport's gone, and that's not good, because now she can't fucking leave. And a girl shows up that's at the hotel too, and her name is CW, and she's a traveler, and she said that she never really left. Once she started traveling, she kind of just kept doing it, and she kind of knows the ins and outs of Peru and how to get her passport back. So she helps her get her passport back, but it's going to take 2 weeks. So now this girl's going to be out for a whole month away from her boyfriend, because it's only supposed to be a 2-week trip. And so then they fucking do some exploring and shit. It's freaking pretty fun. Damn, I left my knife upstairs. I think I gotta push one over here. I was supposed to open this beforehand, but I got busy. I don't know if I can make a lot of noise. So they're traveling, and CW takes her to her house, and it's a nice little house, kind of out in the forest, in the woods almost. And but she has a boat because it's right there on a dock. And so in the next morning, she's going to go ahead and take Cassandra, Madison is the influencer, CW is at her house. And so in the morning, they're going to go onto a trip. I mean, they go for a while. There's a couple different little fucking boat trips that they have to go on to get to where they're going. You can't get there by fucking land. You have to get there by boat. You know what I mean? And so she's taking her to this island, this island all by itself, and there's like a cliff on it and a little beach, and she fucking pulls up onto the beach, and it's about 30 minutes into the movie right now. Nothing's really going on. I'm like, is this even a horror movie? Like, what the hell, man? And so they have a campfire, and they're talking and stuff, and Madison, says, "Oh, I haven't been in front of a campfire since I was in Girl Scouts. That was a long time ago." She's like, "I used to remember this girl. She used to tell me stories. They were scary stories. I can't remember her name, but she used to always say scary stories. And if she was here, she would say something like, 'You brought me out here, and you would leave me.'" And CW kind of looks through the fire, and then she starts to tell her a scary story. She's like, "I did bring you out here to leave you. And first thing in the morning when you wake up, you're going to realize that I'm gone. And then what good is your phone going to do out here, because there's no service. And there is no shipping vessels that pass by, and you're miles away from land. And what's so funny about this is that you're surrounded by all this water, but you can't drink it. So even if you do find food, you will die of thirst. You will be so dehydrated by the second day, you'll start hallucinating things, thinking things are there, thinking things are real, but they're really not. And I give you 3 to 4 days before you die. I hear dying like this is euphoric. She's like, and nobody will even realize you're gone. Madison's like, well, that's one flaw in your story. There's going to be people knowing that I'm gone. She's like, what? You sell makeup to little girls? You really think they care if you just don't show up anymore? She's like, I can just take your identity and become you. And she's like, oh my God, that would be a blessing. And then she starts dancing, and then the morning comes, and CW's smoking her cigarette. CW has like a birthmark on her face right here. It's like black mark. This girl is smoking hot though. And she's smoking her cigarette, and then she gets in her boat and pushes it off. But before that, she grabs Madison's bag and takes it and leaves Madison on the island, like she said in the night story before. So, okay, that's fucking pretty fucking crazy.